The royal family's sweetheart is on the radar again, and this time speculations are going wild about Kate Middleton becoming the next Queen of England. It seems there are people who secretly, or at this point are publicly, rooting for her to become queen. But what if this was her plan all along? And is she truly prepared to become queen in the coming years? Before we delve into analyzing Kate's intentions for the royal family's future, we should discuss the Princess of Wales's indifference to the possibility of becoming queen someday. She displayed this behavior in a viral video that's been trending on TikTok. When a fan told her she was looking forward to Kate becoming queen, Kate simply laughed and responded that the fan would be waiting an awfully long time before that happened. Now, we understand that the video was from 2013 and the late queen was pretty much going strong at the time, but why did Kate give that kind of comment at all? Even though it might take a while, the structure of things predicts she will be queen when her father-in-law passes and her husband takes over the throne. So, was she trying to play it safe because of the media? Well, the chances of Kate playing safe in her response might very well be because of the media. And history reminds us that Kate and the media have not really been best friends over the years, especially since she married into the royal family. Kate's personal history is a clean one, and we thank her proper upbringing for that. She came from a household that may not have had royal family money, but was in a really good place financially. And we're talking about owning a company worth $39 million. Her father was a flight dispatcher, while her mother worked as a flight attendant before deciding to start their own business. Having such a comfortable background, Kate was able to explore her interests in sports from a very young age. From the princess's story, she seems to have been a sweet child who loved the outdoors, exploring games like field hockey, netball, tennis, and swimming. Another interesting thing about her is her interest in fashion. In fact, she caught her husband's eye for the first time at a student fashion show where she modeled a sheer brown dress over a bandeau bikini. The young prince fell for her since that day, and they kicked off their relationship. But before she got accepted into college, news spread that Prince William would be attending the same college, leading the number of applicants to rise significantly by 50% that year. And yet, Kate claimed to have known the prince even before getting admitted to the same college. However, royal reporter Omid Scobie said differently in his book titled Endgame. He claimed that Carol Middleton orchestrated her daughter's life to the point of meeting the prince. The story is that she urged Kate to turn down her dream school, take a gap year to study in Florence before applying to the University of St. Andrews. And if indeed that's the case, then it clearly took more than wearing a sheer dress for the prince to give her a keen look. Kate's parents believed Kate was in the best position to take the family name to a bigger level. Even the Princess of Wales testified to her parents' intentional acts to give her and her siblings a secure and wonderful future. However, Kate's relationship with the prince wasn't a bed of roses. It was only a matter of time before the pressures of life forced them to split in April 2007. The couple told journalists that at the time, they realized they were growing up and life was coming with different responsibilities for them. And once they realized they needed to find their footing, they had no choice but to go their separate ways. At first, everyone thought it was because of the media attention she was getting. But the prince claimed what truly ended their 5-year relationship was simply space. Kate was helping out more with the family business while Prince William was occupied as a young prince of the royal family. But it soon became clear that the couple were meant to be together as their romance rekindled just 2 months after their breakup. And 2 years after that, in November, they made their engagement public. This brought a whole new type of attention to Kate, as the media was constantly on her tail, trying to get any kind of information they could on her. It was a huge struggle for Kate, as she couldn't even go outside to get a drink from a nice restaurant without having the paparazzi gather around to take her photos. When the two got married in 2011, the media's attention became the worst thing ever for Kate. Once she officially took the title of Her Royal Highness, a whole lot of issues started showing up to put her image in jeopardy. Some of her relatives contributed to the media's attention on her due to their inappropriate behaviors. Her siblings are no strangers to scandals, as they have been exposed on different occasions. Her brother, James Middleton, has had nude photos of himself leaked to media outlets. There was another time when celebrating his 21st birthday where he was found drunk and peeing in the streets. It was even reported that his father had to carry him to the car because he was too drunk to move. Kate's sister, on the other hand, had an issue where she was in a car with friends and one of them pointed a gun at the paparazzi that was trying to take their pictures. Although it was said to be a toy gun, people didn't take it too well, as it was unfitting for her to be seen in such a photo. Not to mention the fact that both sisters have been photographed topless at some point in their lives. The royal family condemned the publication that leaked the princess's topless photo, and they had to pay over $200,000 in restitution. All these scandals from her side of the family kept generating opinions that the Middletons had no place in the royal household, and some even felt that the prince may have made a wrong choice in marrying from the family. But as the scandals started fading slowly, Kate was experiencing a new set of struggles and a new phase of her life, and that phase was the motherhood phase. Her husband wasn't always present due to duties he had to keep up with, and she felt alone during those times because she was having children and there seemed to be a lot of responsibility to deal with, especially for the future king. Even though she was prepared for royalty, motherhood was something that was quite challenging for her at the time. And just as she was bullied in high school for being all upright and perfect, she received condemnation from the public about her postpartum appearance when she had her first baby, Prince George. Literally, people were talking about her perfect photos with her baby and husband, saying she wasn't setting reasonable postpartum standards. As weird as that sounded, a lot of women truly thought Kate was pretentious, as she seemed to always appear perfect in photos and public settings. One shouldn't expect less from a person groomed from childhood to do things properly and portray the best image at all times. And now, lots of people are wondering just what type of queen she would make when William eventually takes over from his father. But Kate's position as queen won't be the same as the late Queen Elizabeth. This is because the late Queen Elizabeth was a direct descendant of the King of England at the time, so she was a princess by birth and had familial rights to the throne. Now, just the way the current king has a queen consort, that's exactly what Kate is going to be when William becomes king. A consort is simply one that is married to the ruling monarch and does not possess any constitutional power. Unlike the late Queen Elizabeth, who was the queen regnant because of her sovereign power, Princess Kate will only attain the occupation of queen consort and queen mother when any of her sons or daughters inherit the throne in the future. So for those expecting her to be queen, she won't be doing a whole lot of ruling because her husband will be the one to have sovereign power, although she is mandated to support him in his duties while fulfilling other royal duties allocated to her as the queen consort. The late queen paid a lot of attention to her and tried to ensure Kate was ready to meet up with the responsibilities that lie ahead. There's no doubt that Princess Kate would make a great queen consort. But let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll be sure to see you in the next video.